Hot press paper usually isn't the most common choice. Today I'm using it to paint flowers and share with you some fun and easy tips. Let's get started. The paint I'm using is Quinacridone Permanent Rose from Migello. This is a vivid, intense, and transparent pinkish red color. It's a single pigmented paint with a high flat fastness. I would prefer to mix this color with a bright yellow for today's painting. I'm testing this paint on some scrap paper so that you can see clearly what this color looks like. And I'm going to start painting now. I'm adding 5 dots and then I'm extending the petals. As I use a wet brush to do so, we can see that the paint has a very watery consistency on top of the surface of the paper. That's because hot press paper is less absorbent compared with cold press paper. Rather than absorbing the water immediately, it looks like the water is stuck together floating on the surface of the hot press paper. So how can this practically affect our painting? The lower absorbency feature could cause unnatural or uncontrollable result. Having said that, this paint from Migello is fine as it's less dispersive. However, if your paint is highly dispersive, such as the Daniel Smith paint in this example above, it can lead to unwanted result lacking appealing depth. And feel free to check this video out if you want to know more about it. Before the petals dry, I'm adding some yellow paint to part of the flowers. Hot press paper allows us to effortlessly create natural gradients, even with multiple colors. Then I'm using the same technique to paint the following flowers. Secondly, it may lead to less vivid outcome. It looks vivid and natural when you have first added this color, and to your surprise, it is much less vivid once dry. But that's not because the intensity of this color is appealing to you. It's more like the film of water is giving you an amplified effect and a false impression of the true color. And also check this video out if you want to know more about it. By the time we finish painting all of the flowers, some of them will already be 100% dry. We can see that the colors have blended almost a little too well to remain distinct from the first layer I just painted. This looks very flat to me. To enhance it, I'm loading the same rose color again to add more petals on top, using the same dot technique. Golden glitter paint goes well with this red tone. So I'm blending this glitter paint from Fantastic watercolor. I'm adding another petal on top with a glitter color like this, adding 1 or 2 petals on each flower. For the following layer or petals that we're going to add, we can ensure they aren't connected to each other, so we can paint them separately, not next to each other. And when these petals are dry, we can add another layer of petals on top again. This will create appealing depths for each flower. One drawback of the glitter color is that the glittering effect can only be seen from a certain angle, so it may appear a little muddy when used alone and when it's not catching the light. As we can see, some of these areas are a bit muddy. This also depends on what glitter paint you use as well. I just used whatever I had to hand at the moment. So if you encounter the same issue and want to avoid this muddiness as much as possible, you can add a layer of a regular transparent watercolor paint on top of the glitter color. Then the outcome will be both sparkly and attractive.